exploring the divine feminine, Yahuah, Yahusha, and the sacred connection in lost books and scriptures. The divine feminine has long been a subject of mystery and reverence across various spiritual traditions. While mainstream religious teachings often emphasize the masculine aspects of the Creator, a growing number of believers are beginning to recognize the balance of masculine and feminine energies in the divine order. In this blog post, we'll explore the connection between Yahuah the Father, Yahusha the Son, and the divine feminine as reflected in the lost books, ancient scriptures, and lesser-known biblical passages. This journey into the sacred feminine offers deep spiritual insights and helps us to see how both the masculine and feminine are integral to understanding the fullness of the Creator's design. Yahweh's creation and the balance of masculine and feminine. At the very beginning of creation, we find the evidence of the harmonious balance between the masculine and feminine energies. In Genesis 1:27, it is written, "So Yahuah created mankind in his own image. In the image of Yahuah he created them. Male and female he created them." This verse reveals that both masculine and feminine were created in the image of the Creator, indicating that Yahuah contains both aspects within his divine nature. This understanding of the balance between the masculine and feminine energies in Yahuah offers a more holistic view of creation itself, where the nurturing, intuitive, and life-giving aspects of the divine feminine stand in balance with the protective, directive, and structural qualities of the divine masculine. The divine feminine in the lost books of the Bible. Many of the lost books and apocryphal writings, which were omitted from the mainstream canon, speak more directly to the presence of the divine feminine. For instance, the Book of Wisdom, also known as the Wisdom of Solomon, offers profound insights into the feminine aspect of divine wisdom, often referred to as Sophia in Greek, replacing Chakma, the Hebrew word for wisdom. In this text, wisdom is personified as a feminine figure, and the nurturing, guiding qualities of divine knowledge are emphasized. For wisdom is more mobile than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. Here, wisdom is referred to as she and her, highlighting the feminine essence of divine understanding and knowledge. Chakma, also Sophia, as the feminine embodiment of wisdom, plays a critical role in creation, showing that the nurturing, intuitive aspects of the divine feminine are central to the order of the cosmos. In other lost scriptures, like the Gospel of Thomas and the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, we also encounter teachings that emphasize the importance of balance between the masculine and feminine in spiritual ascension and understanding. These texts encourage believers to embrace both aspects of the divine to experience true spiritual transformation. Yahusha and the divine feminine. When we look at the life and teachings of Yahusha the Son, we can see his deep connection to the divine feminine. Throughout his ministry, Yahusha uplifted and honored women, offering them dignity and importance in a society where they were often marginalized. His relationships with women like Mary Magdalene, Martha, and his mother, Miriam Mary, reflect his recognition of the feminine in spiritual roles. For instance, in the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, a text discovered in the 19th century and considered part of the Lost Gospels, Mary Magdalene is portrayed as one of Yahusha's closest disciples. Yahusha speaks to Mary about spiritual mysteries, often giving her deeper insight than the male disciples. This underscores the idea that Yahusha recognized the divine feminine as integral to spiritual wisdom and enlightenment. Additionally, in Yahusha's own words, we see moments where he embodies both masculine and feminine qualities. In Matthew 23:37, Yahusha says, "Yerushalayim, Yerushalayim, you who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you. How often I have longed to gather your children together, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, and you are not willing." Here, Yahusha uses the metaphor of a mother hen, an image of nurturing and protection, to describe his love and care for his people. This nurturing quality is often associated with the divine feminine, showing that Yahusha himself embodied both aspects of the divine. The sacred role of women in scripture and apocryphal texts. In many of the apocryphal texts, the importance of women and their connection to the divine feminine is more explicitly acknowledged. For example, in the Gospel of Philip, Mary Magdalene is referred to as Yahusha's close companion, and it is said that he loved her more than the other disciples. The text even implies that she had spiritual knowledge and wisdom that the other disciples did not fully understand. This aligns with the idea that the divine feminine carries a deep well of spiritual wisdom, often referred to as Chakma or Sophia in ancient teachings. Women in these scriptures are often portrayed as having a special connection to divine mysteries, a reflection of the feminine aspect of Yahuah that nurtures and guides spiritual seekers toward enlightenment. Reclaiming the divine feminine in modern spirituality. In today's spiritual journey, there is a resurgence of interest in understanding and reclaiming the divine feminine. Many believers are looking back to these lost scriptures, apocryphal texts, and hidden verses to rediscover the feminine essence of the divine that has been obscured for centuries. Understanding the divine feminine in Yahuah's design is not about diminishing the role of the masculine, but about restoring balance. Both masculine and feminine energies are essential for the full manifestation of Yahuah's creation. The nurturing, intuitive, creative force of the divine feminine is equally as important as the structural, protective, and directive power of the divine masculine. By recognizing the divine feminine in Yahuah and Yahusha's teachings, we can deepen our spiritual understanding and experience a more profound connection to the Creator's love, wisdom, and purpose. In conclusion, the connection between Yahuah, Yahusha, and the divine feminine has been present since the beginning of creation, yet much of its essence has been hidden in lost books and lesser-known scriptures. However, as we continue to seek spiritual truth and delve into these ancient texts, we are rediscovering the sacred balance of masculine and feminine energies within the divine order. By embracing the divine feminine, we can honor the fullness of Yahuah's nature and unlock deeper spiritual wisdom. Thank you for joining us on this exploration. We encourage you to continue seeking out the hidden wisdom in the lost books and scriptures, as they offer vital insights for those on the path of spiritual awakening.